Welcome back, everybody, to Super Week here in North America. And we have a bit of a treat for you here. We have Jack Etienne, who's actually the manager and owner of Cloud9. And a lot of people don't know, but he was also the manager of TSM back in the spring split.
Right.
And I actually just kind of wanted to ask you, how did you make the transition, or what was it like going from TSM towards Cloud9?
Leaving TSM was really tough because absolutely loved working with those guys. The transition, though, really was quite easy because I feel really fortunate. The guys both on TSM and Cloud9 are really fantastic individuals, really easy to work with, extremely talented, and really dedicated to making sure that they play as best as possible and also represent their sponsors really well. So It makes my job really easy.
Yeah, and it's crazy with Cloud9's amazing success so far. 13-game winning streak, locked up first place before Super Week even happened. Were you expecting this type of success when you started with them?
I knew, when I signed them, that I had something really special with C9. Just based on the performances with scrims with other pro teams, they were doing extremely well. When I talked with Reginald about the team and the opportunity, he's like, they may be the best team in the LCS. This is before the LCS started, obviously. So I knew going in that I had something really special. I can't say I expected a 13-game win streak. That was fantastic. I loved it. I mean, could have kept going. I wouldn't have mind. But they've really met and exceeded all my expectations.
And what do you do on a day-to-day basis with Cloud9?
On a day-to-day basis, my job is really not so much actually working with the team play, but everything outside of it, making sure they have all the equipment that they need, the food, the roof over their head, money to travel, anything outside of actually playing. That's where I come in, and that's like a day-to-day job. I'm constantly interfacing with sponsors. What do they need to make sure they're happy? Interfacing with the team. Do you have any needs? What can I do to make your life easier so you can focus on playing to the best of your ability? Yeah,
and it's definitely working out great for you guys. There's a couple other managers, like Liquid would come to mind from Curse, who also is involved in the coaching of the team. Do you find that is just a different style you've adopted, and why does it work best the way you do it with Cloud9?
Right. I mean, we come to the table with different skills. He's obviously, has a pro, history. I don't. I'm a sales guy originally, and I know how to make companies happy with their investments. So what I'm bringing to the table is a different skill set. So I just focus on what I do well, and Liquid obviously is amazing as a coach as well as being a manager.
Yeah, and being in sales, maybe talk about that a little bit. How does that, or your previous job / current job, relate to your work with Cloud9?
Yeah, so I work for Crunchyroll. I'm the VP of sales there. And how this all actually ended up happening with me getting involved with League was Team Solomon, they also have a website, so solomon.net and a few others. I helped Reggie monetize those sites, figure out a way to sell his ad inventory. And that transitioned over time as we built a trust and a good relationship to me being the general manager of TSM. So basically I started with, from the ad sales world, and over time transitioned into general manager and now an owner.
So, I mean, maybe looking back 2 years ago, were you imagining something like this happening now where you're owning an LCS team?
Not at all. I mean, I've always played video games, but obviously not on this type of level. And the way, 2-3 years ago, if you asked me would I ever actually doing this, no way. This has exceeded all my expectations, and I've been loving every minute of it.
And with the exceeded expectations and kind of the explosive growth of the league, is that making it easier to at least attract sponsors? And how do you go into a room and explain this to someone else who's not familiar?
Yeah, I mean, the growth of the game has been explosive, right? And when I go and tell sponsors that, hey, we're having our Worlds at the Staples Center, hey, we've got visas that are supported by the U.S. government, we've got, thanks to Liquid, Nissan stepping up, me closing Qualcomm, last split. These are serious companies and serious events that are taking place, and those all make my job easier.
Awesome stuff. And I got a final question for you. What's one of the coolest things about managing and owning Cloud9 as a team?
That's a really good question. There's a lot of things. It's really hard to pinpoint each one. I think some of the most rewarding things are the fan response. Like someone today put up something, an OGN style video for Cloud9 intro. I love seeing that stuff. We've got artists doing really great pictures of the team, and people in the community that actually have volunteered their time to work with me. Give a quick shout out to Corey, Jeff, Jenna. I'm forgetting somebody. somebody. Sorry. Oh, Manu. Anyways, these guys are fantastic. They've made my life so much easier, and I love seeing all these people coming together to help me.
Well, thank you very much for the interview, Jack.
Yeah.
Informative stuff. And best of luck to Cloud9 as you guys make your move towards the regional playoffs and Worlds. But we have plenty more action here coming up on Super Week.